writing a book called The Black Utopians, I was very aware that some readers might expect it to be in some ways explicitly about Afrofuturism or thinking of the future. And that is true, but that there are historical roots to imagining what the future might look like. And so with Clegg and his church and his movement, I think one thing that becomes so clear is that all of these different social aims and goals, bringing food to Black communities, making sure that Black spirituality is tended to, making sure that Black children have sustainable education models, right? These people are not working in just one lane. If you care about one thing, you're probably in conversation with people who care about something else. And so and I think we sort of feel that nowadays, right? I mean, the food justice movement feels very connected to, in some ways, the abolition movement, right? Prison abolitionism, and there are no sort of firm walls here. But another way that I think the book sort of speaks to the current moment. I mean, I was starting to think about the book conceptually in 2020, and that was a year where many communities of color were questioning, what does it look like for me to have a space on this earth where I can feel some sense of peace? There were real experiments where Black people created spaces or started to establish the foundations of towns. Even as most well known in 2020, there were three African American women who started a project called Freedom Georgia. The idea is to make a town that was sort of apart from the reality of police violence and all of that. So this drive to find a space on earth where there can be Black prosperity and flourishing is certainly not relegated to the 1960s and 70s. It's very much ongoing. And lastly, I'll say part of the book is also about internationalism. So what happens when you feel like the United States is not sustainable for you? Where do you go? Do you go to Europe? Do you go to Africa? Do you go elsewhere? What is that place that is going to give you that sense of security?